right, I believe we are live. We are live. All right. So, what is going on, everybody? You are back with the Real PG. Oh, it is Monday, November the 4th. We're going to be talking some player props, and then we are going to be taking a look at the crypto markets. I know it's a little bit odd of a dual stream here, but two of my things that are near and dear to me, so we're gonna go over both today, as I know a lot of people are interested in both. Let me pop the chat out real quick. So a hell of a lot easier than streaming at work is. Come on, man, where's my chat at? What's wrong with you? There it is. All right. Pull this over here. Get this shit. Oh, actually, we gotta do this real quick. Sorry, guys. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yes, okay. Hi, Boomer. I just tried to take you up, buddy. I'm busy for a little bit now, alright? We'll go out shortly, okay? When Dad's done. Now the dog wants to go outside after I just tried to walk him. He didn't want to go. Surprise. Love you, buddy. Alright. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, guys, if you're new here, again, I'm the Real PG. Been around for a few years, but just getting back into streaming now. Still have the Patreon, still have the Discord. Discord, I will put the link in the chat if you would like to join the Discord. It is free. If you would like to join the Patreon, the Patreon is $20 for the base tier, and it is $40 for top tier. But if you are willing to pay directly via Apple Pay or Zelle, you can pay me directly and get a 25% off your first month. So it'd be $30 for top tier. Something else you will receive in the top tier discount, you're not only seeing my picks in top tier, so we've now recently implemented the moderator, as well as one of my good friends Banks picks, and he will be dropping plays every single day, as well as myself. So we're going to break down his plays today, and what he did on his protected slip is he went above and beyond to abuse that free $20 to his best of his abilities, and I love the plays. Let's take a quick look at some of them. We'll go over one or two of my plays as well, and then we will break down some crypto stuff. So this is directly from the top tier. Again, this is not my stuff. This is from Banks Picks. Credit goes to him when this thing slaps. If it slaps, I like pretty much all the looks on here myself. I've not dug in too deep, but I am on a couple of the same players. So, who I'm also on tonight, Donovan Mitchell versus Milwaukee. We got an undefeated Cleveland team coming back to see the Bucks, who literally just had the game basically in their hands, and they gave it up to Cleveland. So I think Giannis is going to come out strong, hence the 2.5 rebound prop that I put in the Patreon today. Apparently, Banks is in agreement with this one. Giannis has hit over 3. Let's take a peek. I did drop some information on that in the top tier. We'll go over all the plays. So this goes with the Giannis play. So first quarter rebounds, guys. We've got 3, 3, 5, 3, hook, 3, hook, 4, 5, 4. Versus Cleveland. Looking pretty solid for a first quarter prop, guys. Looking pretty damn solid. So that is one of my locks today. The other one, I'm taking Donovan Mitchell at his actual 25.5 line. Banks is going to push the needle a little bit and take him at 30 plus. I love this look. I think Mitchell will explode in a very close game today. 2.32x. Let's take a look at what Donovan Mitchell has done versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Sorry, guys. I have lately gotten rid of Outlier, gotten rid of props.cash, and going back to the old school way of doing research. And I've smashed. I'm now 40-3 on my last 4 days. We were 30-1 until yesterday. We hooked 2 props. So again, if I can't find, here we go. Now we're getting into the plays I was looking at today. There we go. There's Donovan. All right, so Donovan Mitchell versus Milwaukee, guys. Banks took 30+. I'm on 25.5 to the over. So last game, a couple days ago, he put up 30 in 35 minutes. So that would cash both our lines. Prior to that, 32, cashing both the lines. 23, missing both the lines. 31, 34, 36, 29. 23, missing both our lines. 29 again. 28, 26, 32, 20. So basically, outside of his first game ever against the Bucks and one other game, he has cleared the points of 25-5. And in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 13, he went for 30+. A lot of 28s and 29s in there, so that's a bucket difference. That's a free throw difference. Don't hate 30+ for the odds that Banks was getting on that one. So let's pop back in and take a look. So again, 2.32x for the 30 points versus what I did personally. I don't mind sharing one of my lineups today. So I did, like I said, over 25.5 at 1.66 extra. You're getting another 0.6x payout for an extra 2 buckets, basically. Again, I'm on this Giannis prop. Ja Morant is an interesting one today. So Ja was not in my list of plays, and he somehow wound up on my slip. But then I saw his game log recently, and I was like, all right, so every game but one this season, he's had double digits, and the game he didn't have double digits, he had 2 because he played 9 minutes, right? So this man's dishing them, right? But I was a little concerned because of the history on him. So, you know what, it'll be a little bit faster. Who does Memphis play? They play Brooklyn. Let's just do it this way. So we're going to look at Morant, and the history isn't great over 8.5, but the seasonality play is there. So we got 11 most recently. Smash. Just what we like to see. And you know what? That was 10, 30, 24. That was this year. So again, that goes to show what he is doing this year. You know, near a triple-double that game. But prior to that, the 8.5 has been hit one time. He's hooked it once. Missed by 1.5. You know, he hit it here, and he hit it most recently. So I'm not sure how Ja got on my slip. To be honest, I thought that I went through the research, and I must have made some kind of error there, and somehow wound up with him on the slip. So I was a little concerned, and then I saw, well, Banks' slip has Ja Morant for 10+. And he's riding that seasonality wave with me, it looks like, and believing in him going for double-digit assists again, you know, for basically 100% hit rate on the season outside of the game where he left early. I don't know if he was injured or what happened, but so yeah, the plays that I am not on personally that he is on, well, I'm certainly on Sabonis over a double-double. I think that's free as it comes, but I did not add that to mine. I did not look into Shea today, and I did not look into Jeremy Grant today. We share the same on the other 4, but the other couple plays I took along with these, Giannis, Mitchell, as a little game stack there, Morant, which we talked about. I took LBJ over 1.5 threes, and I took Anthony Davis over 25 points. So let's take a peek at those, and then we're going to look at Keegan Murray. Actually, we'll look at Keegan first, because his was very I could have taken the 14.5 points. I gave the Patreon the points and rebounds play, which I have on most of my slips. But just take a look at what Keegan Murray has done to Miami, you guys. This is kind of like bizarre almost, how a player just like has a matchup against some teams that are, he just owns them. So Keegan Murray, 4 games, 28 points, 33 points, 7. The fuck does that come from? And 22 points, along with 5 rebounds, 4 rebounds, 1 rebounds. And this man is getting double-digit rebounds right now, So he's scoring 3 times what his line is, double what his OG line is, 3 times the 10 plus I got him at. So I think that's about as free gets. 20.5 points and rebounds is the play, like I said, I gave the Patreon today. And I think that's a super strong play considering the facts of what he's done in the past, as well as his current game log, which if you want to take a peek at it, current game log, 26 PR, 24 PR, 19 PR, which would be a miss on the line, 14, which would be a miss on the line, 18, which would be a miss on the line, 34 here, and then we're back in the basics last season, basically. So the last 3-4 games have been incredibly strong for Keegan Murray, and with the matchup, I can't fade that. So the last 2 we're going to look at would be LBJ and AD, basically, versus, I'm forgetting already, versus Detroit. Yesterday, sadly, got sold to Cade Cunningham's 3-pointers. Slip was beautiful. The slip was absolutely a beaut yesterday, boys. Slip was a beaut yesterday. Trae Young cashed. Kurt Irving was the other hook along with Cade. But again, we've been snapping out lately, guys. Absolutely snapping out. So let's dig into these plays. We're gonna look at the overall game logs first, and then we'll look at the head-to-heads. Just because I think the overalls will give a better picture of what's going on. LeBron James game log. So let's just take a look at what he's been doing for 3-pointers lately on this season, which would date back to 10 of 24. All right. So LeBron, opening game, 1 3-pointer. All right. After that, hits with 2, hits with 4, hits with 2, hooks with 1 again, and then hits with 5, most recently against Toronto. Now, if we look at the game log versus Detroit, this is where it gets real good. All right? We need to go to the 3-pointers, and we've got 3. Remember, lines 1.5, 3, 2, 2, 4, hook. 3, 4, 0, 5, 2, hook, 3. So in 12 games there, he hit it in 10. Okay? And he's hit it in 4 of 6 this season. Give me LeBron over 1.5 threes. Let's take a look at AD. And let's look at his just general game log. And we are looking again at his points tonight. And we are alting them down just a little bit because it is protected slip, and we want to make money on these protected slips. Even though they are free, I want to try to profit on these slips, obviously, when they're free, to be able to bet a higher unit size than I usually do, which would be $20. I can, instead of betting 10, double the upside. So AD in this matchup, I'm looking for over 25. I have 25 plus, so I need 25 from him, okay? There's a lot of hooks here, so keep in mind that's a free throw, that's a bucket, that's a little lob shot, whatever. That changes everything. So the hooks I didn't really take with too much consideration as a bother. So we got 38, hit, 22, that's a miss, 29 for a hit, 31 for a hit, 35 for a hit, 36 for a hit, 30 for a hit, 36 for a hit. Only played 12 minutes. We're not going to look at that game. 22 he missed, 35, 21 he missed, hook. All right. Last 10, smashed them. Just smashed the shit out of them. So 80 for 25, I think that's about as safe comes, given the overall game log. So now let's look versus Detroit. Here's where the hooks come into play, guys, okay? This year, I'm sorry, not this year, 2024 this year, but last season, 20 in 28 minutes only. Notice his minute count down very low in these games in 2023, probably because they were blowouts, my guess. But Detroit is actually solid this year so far, and I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I'd have to check what the line is real quick. Because I don't remember. So it's a 7-point spread to the Lakers, not a big deal. Definitely nothing I'm going to be concerned about. So let's head back over to StatMuse. So 20, most recently after that, 28 for a hit, 34 for a hit, 38 for a hit, 24 for a hook. Again, not concerned about a hook. 30 for a hit, 30 for a hit, 24 for a hook. 6. You have bad games, right? 38, 30, 33, 31. I mean, that's pretty much as close to a lock as you're going to get, in my opinion, you know. So, running it back to where we started. With my slip, and we can, if you would like, quickly, since we're here already, we'll look at the research on all these plays a little bit deeper already, though we did the original plays. So let's just go through. I'll show you what a day of Patreon looks like. Prior to this, obviously, StatMuse charged some outlier or whatever. Now it's just back to the old school way of doing things. Oh no, hold on one second, guys. My other screen just faded out. There we go. 1 second. Oh no, did my stream just shut down? No, my stream's still going. What the hell's going on here? Sorry, guys. Just fix this real quick. Oh, what the fuck, really? Alright. We should be all good again. If you can't see or anything, guys, let me know. If there's anything off alignment, we should be all good. So LBJ over 1.5 threes. We looked this already again. Head-to-head chart, 3-2-2, 4 hook, 3-4. Amazing. Play 2, 80 over 25, 20, 28, 34, 38, 24 for a hook, 30, 30, 24 for a hook, 38, 30, 33. Giannis over 2.5 first quarter rebounds, with the last 4 games all being 3+. This game, first quarter stats, 3+ is a -450. Wow, that is some juicy odds, considering what they're paying you for that prop. So that is play 3 that we gave. This is his last 4 games. First quarter rebounds. And again, the game log against them, which we did take a peek at earlier, is amazing. Versus Cleveland, 3-3-5-3 hook, 3 hook, 4-5-4, 3 hook. Can't really ask for a lot better than that, right? All right, next. Play 4. We didn't talk about this one yet. Fontecchio, over 2.5 rebounds. This one's a little more of a lean for me, but head-to-head, looks really good. 4, 4, 4, 9. Prior to that, he had 1 game with some minutes that he didn't do shit, and he had no minutes in these games. He's basically crushed them, and he's had 1 game with Detroit last season, and he had 4. And right now, what's he doing? Eating on the glass. 2.5 is the line. 4, 4, 4, 8 with a history of a lot of 4s. You know, that sounds good to me. Keegan Murray, like I said, 20.5 PR. Where the fuck does that line come from? 33, 38, 11, whatever, 23. And Keegan has been eating lately. I didn't have his I didn't pull his stats, but we can just look at his overall game log. This man has been smoking hot. Way too low of a line. So, 26, 24, 19, 14, 18, 24, 34, my fault, is what we've got for this year. So, 4 of 6, and the last 2, he has absolutely just smashed. Double-digit boards, double-digit points, double-double all day in both those last 2 games. So clean, looked so good. I can't help but take him in the matchup that he has. with those stats. D-Mitch we looked over. So again, we can peek at this head-to-head quick. I'm looking for 25.5 or more. So 26 points. Banks took 30 plus. We got 30, 32, 23, which would miss on both. 31, 34, 36, 29, which would hook the 30, obviously. 23 would miss both. 29 for a hook and 28. So basically he's hit 30 plus every game except for one. And the couple that he didn't were one bucket off. So nothing there not to like. Another one we didn't really talk about, and I skewed this a little bit based on how I cut and pasted it, just because I don't care about games from 2019 and shit like that. It doesn't matter. It's not relevant. So he did miss a few games prior to this. Missed the line with 0s and 1. So I'm not going to bullshit you, but the last 4 times he's played them in the last 3 seasons, good sample size, 4 games over 3 seasons, in my opinion, is fine. 3-pointers, we're looking at over 1.5, and he's had 3, 3, 2, and 3 in this matchup specifically. What has Drew Holiday done so far this year? Let's take a look for 3-pointers. Drew Holiday, 3, 3, 1. That's a hook. 4, 2, and 0. And then 4. So this season, he has had 4 miss, hit. So hit, miss, hit, hook, hit. Pretty solid this season. Got great history against the team. That's a go for me. This one scares me. Man's getting old, getting washed, right? But boy, does he have some numbers. Okay, these are heads up. We're looking at points and rebounds, guys. And he has been taking a lot of more shots lately. And he's been hitting the shots, too. So keep that shit up, bro. Head-to-head, points rebound, 13.5 line, okay? We got 14, 8 for a miss, 22, 15, 22, 27, 11 for a miss, 31, 20, 24, 16. But again, this is back into 2020 now. I don't give a shit about that. So in the last couple of years, besides 1 or 2 games, he smoked that line. Absolutely smoked it. So that is probably my strongest lean. But look what he's been doing lately, guys. Very, very, very strong. But and again, a lot of the points are coming because of the attention to Wemby. He's getting some more outside the arc looks, and he's, like I said, he's been efficient somehow. So the fact that he's getting a little older and washed scares me. But yeah, and then the last lean of the day, Nick Batum over 1.5 assists. The game log 2-6, 1 for a hook, 2-2, 1 for a hook, 2, 1 for a hook, and then we're back into 2020s again. 2021. Where he went 0-2 and 1, so it doesn't really matter. But the last 5 games, he has hit it 4 of the last 5 with the hook on the miss. If we look at what he has done this season, just because he is the last play, Nicholas Batum, and then we'll quickly peek at the crypto markets. So assists this year. This is this year here. So he opened the season with a hook. After that, 5 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 2 hit, 4 hit, 3 hit, 2 hit. Hey man, I just find them. I don't know if I trust Nick Batum, but fuck, does that look good, right? Sure. I mean, I don't think I played it today, to be honest with you. Let me just take a quick peek if I actually played it. But I did play a 2-man. No, I didn't. I played Chris Paul, sketchy old ass, instead. But I do really like that. But actually, did I play in the 8-man? I didn't. Oh, that's sad. I'm not going to redeposit just to play Nick Batum. It ain't worth all that. So, all right, that's what we got today, guys. Again, I'll let you take a peek at my protected slip. It's about 10x. $20, 2,205. Keegan Murray for 10 plus. Should be a lock. If you want to get some more value on that, you can take the points and rebounds. Absolute steal, it looks like. LBJ over 1.5 threes, which we looked at. Another killer play. Donovan over 25.5, or you can look at the 30 plus. AD 25 plus. Again, you can look at his regular line at 27.5. Totally okay. Probably will hit that as well. But again, I'm going to play it a little safer because I want to cash this slip. I don't want to have any goddamn hooks. I have literally been, like I said, 40-3 over the last 4 days, and they've all been hooks. So I'm sick of seeing them. Again, John Morant, this was an accident, but it ends up this year looks like he's slapping on the assists. So I mean, it's not the worst mistake to have ever put in here. But again, the history wasn't great. 2 out of 6 games he's hit this line, hooked it once. The rest were kind of ugly. And then Giannis, this is a smash play. So as long as Jaja gets there, I think we cashed that slip today. So, oh yes. No, Giannis is out, guys. All right, so that is some good info. This is another reason why I bring up Banks picks and Banks. Banks is my moderator. Banks is a good buddy of mine and been here since the beginning. Again, he does give his own plays out too. I've already showed them. Here's his slip again for today: 220 to pay 600. All right, Jeremy Grant for 20 plus, Shea for 30 plus, Donovan for 30 plus. Sabonis for a double-double. Giannis over 2.5 first quarter rebounds, but he is out. And Ja for 10-plus assists. So he pushed the limits on that one. So now with Giannis being out, can we... Oh, they will not let us cancel the play. You cannot. Okay. So for those of you who did play this play, either because I had it or because you already played something for Giannis, just because it's a good spot for Giannis and what's to be almost certainly a very good game. Unfortunate, because that was literally one of like the shining star picks of the slip. So, but again, you can replace it. I wish I could replace it with fucking Nick Batum right now. But I can't. So I'm in for what I'm in now. Again, this was one of my misplays yesterday. The pain is real lately, guys. The pain is real. Chalkboard special, 1.5 yards. Yeah, fun stuff. That's not me. All right, so let's dig back in. I did see, since I am dropping what's kind of inside the top tier Patreon, obviously you get the Patreon send out with the plays, the write-ups, all that shit. But this is extra stuff, the conversations you get in top tier, the extra alpha you get in top tier. So like I said, I am sharing it today. So Underdog boost slip for those of you on Underdog. We got this coming from Banks Picks again. Very, very, very high hit rates. For those of you who are not in the Discord, don't know Banks, he is a sniper. So I trust anything that he puts out, and I will put my name on it. And I'll go down with the ship if it misses, because I have that kind of faith in my people. So on this slip, he is taking Peyton Pritchard over 9.5 points, Shea over 24.5 points, and Trey over 19.5 points. A lot of things something you will notice with Banks a lot of times, he does love to alt lines, either down or up. You will see a lot of alting either to make sure he's guaranteeing those hits on those goblins, or that he's maximizing his money going with demon plays and above and beyond alt plays. As you can see, like we talked about on this slip, which is alt line to the higher, alt line to the higher, alt line to the higher, alt line to the higher in 4 of 6 plays, right? So there's a lot of value there, guys. So that is what is going on inside of the Discord, inside of the Patreon. Like I said, it's $20 for base tier, which will get you the Patreon plays, the write-up. You'll get the main slip for the day with all the plays, and then everything else is for the top tier, and this is what you're getting inside the top tier. My extended slips, stuff I come about later in the day when I work myself through the plays again and again, making sure I've gotten every angle I like. I'm reposting different slips. You only see that in top tier. Okay, bank stuff you only see in top tier. So again, I did drop the link in the chat for both the free Discord as well as the Patreon. Again, you can get at me inside the Discord, DM me at TheRealPG, and we can get 25% off of your first month in the top tier Patreon, $30 cash. You can either Zelle or Apple Pay that, as a lot of people choose to do that, as it does save them money. With that being said, that is it for NBA betting today. Time to move on to the crypto markets as we are approaching the daily close. So for those of you who came to hang out for basketball, I wish you the best of luck tonight. And for those of you here for crypto, welcome. So we're going to be talking about Caspa right now, just because what we witnessed on Caspa today was kind of fucking insane. So Caspa lost about 60% of its value today. For those of you who don't know, Caspa is a KRC20 token. So I saw this. I literally got in, looking on the 5-minute candles. I saw the dip, this second candle in. Let me blow this up a little bit. This second candle in is where I noticed, holy shit, look at this sale. So I got my buy-in finally at 1485. 1485 right here on the chart, and we have made our way since back up to the 1900s. All right, so we're literally already 40% almost in profit on that, 30% profit. This was literally an hour ago that I did buy the Caspa bag. I will be adding to this Caspa bag, obviously, as I did not buy a ton, because it would have been just as likely to see a drop right back down to support at double zero, or quadruple 01 or quintuple 0999, which will be a 50% loss from where I got in, and I can't take a 50% loss that easy. So I did dollar cost average my way into it and did make my first DCA. So no huge bag, did not just drop like $10,000 into Caspa at the bottom, even though I probably should have dropped as much as I could. They're memes, and I stick to the rule. No meme in my portfolio is ever going to be weighted heavier than like 1.5%. That's just what it is. What it is. That's where my safety tolerance lies. So Bitcoin, woo baby. So we fell down before I started going live for basketball. We took this dive down to the 66.9 region, and I'm looking to hold 67.3 on the daily close. That is the big support for Bitcoin. And with 2 minutes and let me make sure that's correct. Sorry, 1 hour and 7 minutes till the daily close, we are now at 67,886 again. We have pumped $600 over where I want to close, and we have 1 hour to go. When we had about 2.5 hours to go, we were down at 69.8, or 66.8, 66.9. Sketchy waters down there. We definitely don't want to close under the 67.3. However, if we do, I do have a couple of spots of interest for longs. 66,000, the 66.2 to the 65.7 region. Great entry, I think, if we miss that. If we back out, we can look at the range volume profile. And basically, the center of the range is right here in the 64.2 area, which is, as most of us know, great support at 64,000. So I have my second area to enter along just underneath that, right around 63,800 to 62,800, basically ranging from the daily 50 MA to the daily 100 MA. Basically anywhere in there is a good secondary level, I think. Sorry, 1 second. Let me just move this real quick. this up. Let me know if there's any charts you guys want to look at, guys. For those of you who are here, I'm not sure who's here. No one said what is up in the chat. I did not tell anyone I was going live. I've not been live in over a year until yesterday. We're going to start doing this more regularly on my days off. But, yeah. So Bitcoin is currently pumping. Got an hour left until the daily close. Looking very, very good right now, guys. We are in great shape, considering all the volatility in the world is to be expected in the next 10 days, depending on how long it takes them to count these votes, and depending on whether we get a Kamala dump or a Trump pump. You know, I think a Trump pump is what's probably most likely to happen, but really, who knows? I guess. We'll find out. And I feel there's going to be a lot of cheating. There's going to be a lot of, half the population says, fuck that. That ain't my president. We're going to play a game of that ain't, they cheated. There was this, the Canadians were voting, this and that. Fuck that. That ain't my president. I ain't doing that. All sorts of, that's not good for the market, right? Market does not like instability. So Trump overall would just be a huge sigh of relief for the market, for the altcoins specifically. Excuse me, guys. Let's take a look at a couple other pertinent altcoins right now. Basically, all the altcoins are down and out for the most part, strongly due to Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance has been running like a fucking racehorse, dude. I had this thing pegged in a rising wedge to top out at 60%. As you can see, my wedge here corresponds, the top does I'm sorry, this is not bigger. Let me try to center this out a little better for you guys. There really is not a much better way to do it. But anyways, okay, so my wedge did line up exactly with the 618, which in prior cycles it just ran to the 618 and been rejected from there. So until something is proven to me, I'm gonna keep assuming the same. So to the 618, which is right here, 60.25%. Currently, we're at 60.57%. So we have overshot my target, but now that we're broken out of this wedge, I think it's about time that we're going to start seeing a pretty rapid downswing back into the wedge, and then eventually some kind of retest, something like this. We're going to retest this guy, come down here, maybe see some kind of small bounce, and then we'll come down and we'll retest again and we'll break through. We'll finally lose the support of the top of the wedge. It will come back up to retest the wedge. We probably will not be able to hold the wedge. And then, boom, we go down and all coins fly. What we're looking at realistically, guys, it dropped from 61%. Oh, I just moved my fib. A drop from 61% into the neighborhood of where I expect it to go, where recent cycle bottoms have been. Hence the sell it all right here, if you can read that. I'm sorry if the chart's super hard to read. I have to work on that. Oh, well, hello, that boy Q Ray, my fault. Happy someone's glad to see me back. Well, I'm going to be here more. We're going to be doing sports. We're going to be doing crypto. We're in the literally center of all of it right now. There's just any ways to make money. We're about it in this channel. So, like I was saying, what we're expecting right now in Bitcoin, once this Bitcoin dominance does see a top, and if we look even on a 4-hour, let's zoom way in on this. So on the 4-hour, let's get even closer. Let's go to like an hourly here, 15 minutes. So let's zoom in again. All right, so basically, Bitcoin down looks like it's seeing some kind of top, at least short term for now, and we are coming back down to test some key levels. So you see right now we are breaking down, which will slowly start to send our altcoins, okay? So getting checked on Caspa, still sitting in that same area, 1888. Caspa is one of my largest bag. Well, not one of. It is my largest bag. It was literally about an 80% holding at one point when we were up at 20 cents. It's currently sitting at about 35% of my bag total. So yeah, a lot this cycle rides on Caspa for me. And as of right now, we're sitting double bottom basically off the 10.1 cent area that has been a magnet. Literally every time we run, we drop right back down to this 10.1. I mean, we still on a weekly and a monthly, we're not broken down by any stretch of the imagination. And we are still in full uptrend here, guys, in Caspa. We're sitting on top of, get this shit, guys. We are literally sitting on top of the monthly 20 moving average right now, just sitting on it, okay? That is this yellow line. This is so goddamn bullish right now. We're seeing a reversal in Bitcoin. We're seeing Bitcoin dominance dropping. And then we are seeing this just chilling on the 20-month MA. If we zoom in, we are about a penny and a half from the weekly 200. I don't think we're going to see that low, but however, that would be insanely strong support there. On the daily, we're below all the moving averages. Same with all the shorter time frames. But again, look on the 4-hour. Look at these wicks here. Bullish stuff. Again, I'm sorry if you can't see this. Well, I have to get this set up for crypto because it's definitely not. But this 2 back-to-back 4-hour candles with these a little bit of like a rising star type thing, but at the bottom, so like, I don't know, a hammer candle, I guess. Whatever you want to call it. As long as for the next 58 minutes we can stay relatively bullish and keep this wick and not just fill the wick instead. I would not be surprised either way if we came down and refill the wick at this 10-1. As much as I hate to say it, I do think there is a possibility that we could break down underneath this double bottom of 10.16 cents. It would be absolutely demoralizing, to be real with you, even though my buy is way below that. Just the fact that I'm not going to sell. I'm not going to sell right now. I'm not going to sell it if we go down to 8 cents or 6 cents. I'm not going to sell because, again, I'm still in profit for one, which is a very important factor. At 6 cents, at 5 cents, I'm still in profit. So, like, that's unheard of low numbers. But again, the point is right now we're so close to the bottom. If we are not at the bottom, selling right now would be the biggest mistake literally of your life. These are the biggest. Tomorrow might be the biggest day of your life if you are in crypto and you are deeply in crypto, okay? Tomorrow could be the shift of economic policies for the rest of time, for the next 1,000 years, for however long. We could see a reserve currency of Bitcoin. We could see Department of Government efficiency with Elon. We could see a lot of positive stuff with Trump. There is also negative stuff, with Trump, but it's two sides to every story. We bring Elon into this whole Doge thing, and they're trying to, save money. There's not going to be as much printing. Is that what holds the market up right now? It kind of seems that way. So is that going to be bearish, actually? Maybe. I don't know. But either way, I'm looking for a Trump outcome. Don't care to say that. I think that's overall what's best for crypto on a short and a long-term time frame. Long-term, bullish regardless. Bitcoin follows M2 money supply, which it's always going up, basically. So, yeah, Bitcoin is going to be always going up, and the dollar is clearly a melting ice cube. I believe it was something I heard, like, 16 either, and it was either in 2004 or 1990. I don't know why I'm so far apart on those dates that your dollar in one of those 2 days, I want to say it was 2004, 16 years ago or something like that. So 2008 was worth is now worth 50 cents. So you've literally melted away half your dollars in cash, sitting on cash. Where Bitcoin, at least, even if it is going down, it is not going down at a faster rate than the dollar is in the long term. Obviously, you're going to have capitulations where it is, but in the long term, store of value, certainly reserve currency. That's not something Trump's going to be able to do alone, but can certainly be achieved, I think. And I think it's a very rational way of looking at things. So, off that tangent, I guess, let's just look at a couple other alts that are of interest right now. So, Relio is having a token migration right now. So, I don't really understand why there's so much movement in the market with Rio right now, as it's in a blackout and you're not supposed to be trading. I know people are probably still trading on sexes and stuff like that, but that's, I think, putting your coins at risk in some way, shape, or form, which I just will not do. But Rio was holding real nice at $1.30, and then we had some fun about tokenomic changes, which led to this whole migration, which is currently happening. And that dropped us from about $1.30 down to 70 cents, where I heavily accumulated. I had a very small position in Rio at about $1.25, and then I got in heavy at the 74-cent level. Then we revisited 60 cents, repumped it back to this is where I got back in at that $1.25 area, and I've seen the fall since. All right, and I've been buying since 74 all the way down. Now we're at 64. I'm done buying. My bag is full for now. But Rio is at pretty key support here. If we're looking, as you can see, pretty obviously, just this is a pretty key area on the chart. If you draw a line across, we're coming near that support. Also, oops. Hopefully I can get that back. Fuck me. There we go. Let's take a peek. Drop a fib on here. Let's see. Oh, there's my fib up there. Drop a fib on here. Not much correlation with anything really there. If we use this other bottom, still not much correlation there. So yeah, Rio's kind of in a strange spot right now, but you can't do anything if you're on ETH chain or if you're on BNB. So I'm just kind of sitting hanging on with those right now. I do see probably a $7 to $10 Rio, assuming that we do see a full-blown alt season, I'll call it. Blow off top and all. Let's take a look at Solana, holding up incredible. Looks very, very, very similar to Bitcoin, except for Bitcoin is currently broken out of its pattern, while Solana has broken down from the top a little bit, as Bitcoin has too, but the Bitcoin is still above its retest of the... It's kind of got that exact same double trend line thing with the wicks, and then you got the candle bodies. But we're clearly below this now, so... What are you looking at, though, when you zoom out, guys? You got the giant inverse head and shoulders pattern. You can look at it that way, and we can draw out the measurement for where that should land us. If I can... Sorry, guys, my trading view got hacked recently, and I lost all of my hotkey stuff. So now I have to go through and I have to dig through. I lost the ability to have multiple... different the RSI, the MACD, different stuff like that. What am I looking for even? Sorry, the head and shoulders tool. Where the fuck is it? I'm about to give up here. This is crazy. It's in here. I know it is. There it is. All right, so we got the giant inverse head and shoulders, right? Christ, man. Cannot get a break right now. I cannot catch a break right now. So the inverse head and shoulders pattern that we see playing out. Got a left shoulder. We have got a head, which is more rounded in this case. And then we have a right shoulder. So again, this shows it looking very, very goofy, like with small left shoulder, big right shoulder. But when you get rid of it, honestly, you see the full pattern for what it is. You have a huge shoulder, big ass head, a huge shoulder. Again, that's one pattern you're seeing. Another one you can be looking at, you have a cup, your cup right here, and a giant handle playing out. Let me zoom in a little bit on this, guys, for you. So again, if you couldn't see before, your giant shoulder, head, shoulder, your cup and your handle, your flagpole and your bull flag. So we have 3 bullish patterns in one on Bitcoin and on Solana. Solana is basically, in my opinion, going to be leading the chase through the altcoin season that we should see kind of in the place of Ethereum, I believe. Ethereum has looked weak all cycle long. TVL is low compared to what you would expect. More money is flowing into Solana. More money is flowing into Sui than both combined, which we will talk about next. But Solana is an OG coin. It's been around. It's on the verge of some listings for the ETFs. I believe there's already been a couple filed, actually, but without a Trump presidency, I'm not sure that comes to fruition. Next, let's look at Sui. Another incredibly strong chart here, guys, and another one of my top holds. Again, my top 4 holds this cycle right now are blue chips and big caps. I do hold a lot of smaller coins, not a lot. I only hold about 12 coins total, but Caspa being the biggest, Bitcoin being second largest, Solana being third largest, and then Sui below that. And then I do hold a few other things. I hold AI Tech, I hold Brett, I hold Aerodrome, I hold Caspi, again 1% Caspi, I hold 1% Hoppy, I hold Mavia, I hold 1% Maneki, I hold Relio, I hold Spectral, and I hold Tectum. And I hold about 0.5% Turbo. So I think it's 12 projects without the memes that I have at about 1% apiece. 4 of which are very safe blue chips, and there's about 5, 6 so lower to mid cap altcoins that I believe in, and then I've got 4 different meme plays. I'm not into memes. I was not in memes early this cycle, and I missed out on tons of gains, as well as a lot of other people who have been focused on tech projects and projects that matter. This was the cycle of the dumbass, and throw your money at a random cat and you just made a couple $100,000, and I missed out on that opportunity. WIF came out, saw it, had the opportunity to buy it at 2 cents. I faded. What the fuck is WIF, bro? What? And then all of a sudden, there it is. $4. Next thing you know, that's 200x. So there's been opportunities. Turbo. I'm watching as this guy's making it on X, asking for suggestions. What should the name be? What should the color of the toad be? Oh, well, fuck it. I'm going to fade this one too because memes are stupid, bro. What did it do? It fucking flew. It went insane. But, you learn. This is what this cycle is kind of turning into. But even so, I'm not going to have more than 5% of my portfolio. What's up, Josh Green? Sorry. What's going on, C? I appreciate you. I appreciate that. So, yeah. I have a feeling I know who that might be. C. Anyways, so We've talked about some of my holdings, what I like, some of the holdings that are showing strength right now. Again, Bitcoin showing the most strength of anything in the market. We are very, very Bitcoin dominant heavy at 60.6%, and hopefully showing some signs of slowing down as we are hitting resistance. If we look left, we are hitting some major signs of resistance over here, as we are also, like I said, broken out of this ascending bearish wedge here. And like I was talking, I never finished my thought earlier. Sorry about this. So we get to 61%, let's say, right? 62%, whatever. 63% if it gets really out of control, right? That's going to do some damage to the altcoins. There's 1, 2, 3% on this. What we've seen, when we saw the last little pump maybe a few weeks ago, I think we saw Bitcoin Dom drop from 60 to 58%. Back in March, we saw Bitcoin Dom go from 51, from 44 to 40, okay? 4%. That was the whole 50x AI tech run, 50x AGI run, when all AI ran, all gaming ran nuts. That was on 4 to 5% of Bitcoin dominance loss, if I am correct on what I'm seeing here, and I'm not misreading this chart right now, just because it's hard for me to see even, and my computer is about to die, so I want to wrap this up. But point is, if we get up to 67%, I'm expecting, like we have seen in cycles past, we have bottomed in this area right here. Bottom, right? So I would expect a bottom in this area. Maybe a little higher, diminished returns, right? So I have it, the fucking sell it all. The sell it all at this 44% region, even up to, 47 if you want to be very conservative. But really, we keep seeing down to this 40% area, okay? This is where we hit cycle in, cycle out, bottoms, 36%, 39%, 40%, 39%. 39%, moving stuff again. So this from 60% down to 40%, guys, 24%. We could take that and extrapolate the move that we saw in, January to May, that run up where we saw plenty of 20 to 50 X's, right, in the small caps. Okay, that was about a 5% drop. Now we're looking at about a cycle 20% drop to the bottom. So extrapolate that times 4, guys. What we saw back in the peak of earlier in the cycle, and back in, again, January, February, March, April, May of cycle, right? We saw insane gains. We should be seeing a drop literally 4 times that size in Bitcoin dominance while Bitcoin is pamping, right? That is absolute just chaos. Chaos for all coins, absolutely like generational money if we do see, a secular approach repeat. If we can't expect to keep seeing, this 4-cycle thing happen. They're not going to just say, hey, every 4 years you can get Bitcoin 85% off, guys. Just wait till 26, 30, 34, and so on. Those every 4 years, and you can get your 80% off deal, and then you ride it up to the top, and then you just sell it. Simple as pie, right? No, that shit's done. I think this is probably the last cycle where we're going to see any kind of true, I don't think the cycles will go away per se, because having cycles aren't going anywhere, but there will be less and less effect with the institutions, with the Michael Saylors and of the world, who will not be selling, and holding over a percent of the Bitcoin. I don't think the bear markets will be as deep. I don't think the bear markets will be as severe. as necessarily as long. Maybe there is the possibility of some super cycle. I'm not gonna pretend like I have an idea, and I don't like to make predictions on things because most people who do look like complete assholes later on. Only person I can say is spot on this cycle has been Ben Cowan, and as much as I hate the bearishness, man, the guy has been absolutely dead on from his call for 60% Bitcoin dominance, for the 400 Satoshi ADA Bitcoin valuation that we finally saw today. This man is killing the cycle, absolutely killing the cycle, and I wish I would have put a little more concern into what he was saying all cycle long, as I've been alt heavy since August, late August, early September, and that's been brutal for 2 months. I've seen pretty much 30-40% drops in most altcoins that are kind of like middle of my portfolio, so nothing bad. That nothing huge where I'm just like losing tons of money. I'm still green on the cycle by over 100%, obviously, just based on my entries. So Caspa is really the biggest interference in me gaining on this portfolio right now, as we just sit stuck. And this is manipulation, yes. Is this, fuckery? Yes. Is this FUD? Yes. Is this, all of the above? Yes. I don't know what's going on, why it's happening necessarily the way it is, but something seems a little goofy with the Caspa price action lately. Now we find out, Kraken's been loading up. Oh, Grayscale's got a little bit of interest in Caspa too now. Oh, it makes sense why we've been sitting down in this 10-cent range, yet, we seem to keep seeing influxes of buyers, and new wallets. Granted, we currently have no Aquaman or anything like that anymore. That's good, but I think that's capital protection on rich people's part. When you have billions of dollars exposed to the market, you're going to take profits before you see dumps like this, where when you're playing with, 5,000, 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, you're maybe just going to let these ride. My decision this cycle, based off of the mistakes in my previous cycles, was to let this ride, and was to take profits when there was obvious profits to be had, but not to take profits just because, oh shit, my project is down 50% from all-time highs, and this has been the strongest project since literally its launch of the whole cycle, until we hit 20 cents, and now what's going on? Oh my god, let's freak out and get rid of my bag. No, absolutely fucking not. So it's not I'm married to Caspa, I'm going down with the ship with Caspa. It's just I personally have room and upside still where I can afford to see it lose 25, 30, 40% of value and still be in profits, where it's not great ever losing profits, but obviously, I'm still in profit, so I can't be too upset about the fact that I'm in profit, even though I did round trip from 3.5, 4 cents to 20 cents and back down to 10 and a half. So be it. That's fine, because in my opinion the alt cycle has not kicked off whatsoever. We have seen what is capable this cycle, guys. We have seen what is capable of coins. We have seen like Caspa. We have seen seen it in the likes of, if this shit work, of Hoppy, of AI tech, of even Bitcoin. We've really, that's Bitcoin dominance. Even Bitcoin though. I mean, look at this. We've had it really good this cycle, guys. We've had it really good. Getting in down here in the lows at 16.5 to 20 is where a majority of my coins were bought. And then just getting the pumps of our lives from the ETFs, and people are upset still because the alts aren't performing. I'm with you. I'm upset the alts aren't performing yet, but I think that time will come. be patient, and whatever you do, try for this next 10 days to just keep yourself composed and know the volatility will be incredibly high in both directions, liquidating any dumbass that wants to get out there and put themselves out there with too much leverage. Keep feeding the exchanges. Do what you do, I guess, but if I were you, I would stay out of any leverage. Buying spot positions right here, I think fantastic spot buys. Fantastic spot buys. DCA spots, oh my God. Any coin you have faith in running for the rest of this cycle and plan to hold for the rest of the cycle, DCA that shit if you have dry powder still. DCA that shit now, because these prices, literally everything that is not a coin of like major strength like Solana, like your Sui, stuff like that. If it's something like your AI Techs, that did the huge 50x run and now is sitting down at 7 cents, from its literal half cent, penny starting range, you're down 85% from all-time high, give it time, give it patience. This shit is gonna have it should have its moment, Right now, it's just a very disappointing waiting game. And hey, I felt that. I've been here through cycles since 2016. Felt this before. I fucked this up before. Not gonna fuck it up again. This is probably the last cycle if we even get it. And I'm talking in a semi-bearish tone with a lot of ifs. I do fully expect to see a full-blown all season and for the 4-year cycle to play out, not left translated, not right translated, just a normal 4-year cycle to play out per usual. We are getting to that point. We dip before elections. We run after elections. Everyone and their mama has seen the charts, right? So we know where we are. As long as the 4-year cycle does happen to not repeat necessarily, just rhyme close enough, big, 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 big gains are in the future for altcoins, and those are feeling the pain right now will be feeling the pleasure by this time next year, hopefully. And if not, it was a very lackluster cycle and a very failed cycle, in my opinion, even though we did see great gains in Bitcoin and we saw great advancement in, bigger companies and the ETFs and all that stuff. That's not what we're all here for. We're here to make money for the most part. We don't give a shit about how much money the ETFs are putting in if it's not making us money. So at the end of the day, it would be a little disappointing and lackluster if we didn't run, 100 plus K in Bitcoin and then have an alt cycle like the last two, but I do expect to see something similar to that. And just please don't sell here, guys. Hang on. Not financial advice, of course. Well, you gotta do whatever's best for your situation. But if you're in a situation where you can afford to hold currently and continue to hold through what should be these last couple weeks to last couple months, and I know people have been saying this probably on other channels forever and ever since probably January. All season's around the corner. Next couple of weeks, you have 72 hours. Hi, it's Sam, and you have 72 hours or you're going to miss everything. I know you guys have been hearing this shit forever, but really, this is the time now where we are a couple weeks, maybe a couple months out from seeing what should be the biggest part of this cycle. So with that being said, guys, I have very, very little battery, as you can see. 4%. So I'm going to get up out of here, get this uploaded. Good luck on the slips tonight. Good luck with the crypto. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. I'm going to be trying to make myself more available on my days off and try to get this, the page up and moving again. Please drop a like, comment. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel if sports betting, crypto, side hustles, making money is something you're interested in. It's the place for you. All right, guys.